For ages, people have looked at the pyramids in awe. How old are these marvels of masonry? And how old is the Sphinx exactly? Greetings, mortals. I'm your host Simon. Welcome back to the Library of Gnosis. The Great Pyramid is the last standing of the 7 wonders of the world. At an original height of 146 meters, or 481 feet for you Americans, the Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest man-made structure in the world for millennia, until the construction of the Lincoln Cathedral in 1311. The Great Pyramid is estimated to weigh approximately 6 million tons and consists of 2.3 million blocks of limestone and granite, some weighing as much as 80 tons. The Great Pyramid is nearly perfectly aligned along the cardinal points north, south, east, and west, with an accuracy of 3/60ths of a degree north. This makes it the most accurately aligned cardinal-facing building in the world. The most accurately aligned building we have been able to build in the modern world has an accuracy of 12/60ths of a degree, which makes us question how our ancient ancestors were able to construct such monuments. And even more astounding is the fact that the true north of Earth slowly shifts over time, which means that when it was built, it could have been perfectly accurate. Which also points to the fact that the pyramids are older than proposed. Many people are unaware that the Great Pyramid isn't only an architectural and engineering marvel, it is a geographical one too. It is located at the exact intersection of the longest line of latitude and the longest line of longitude, making it at the center of all land masses on Earth. Contrary to popular belief, the pyramids were not constructed by the use of slaves, as there was no slavery in the Old Kingdom of Egypt, if the Egyptians even built them. As if you look at the Egyptian structures, they are full of hieroglyphs and more ornate details, but no hieroglyphs have ever been found inside the pyramids. If you ask modern Egyptologists, they will tell you that the pyramids were used as tombs for the pharaohs. Yet, there is no evidence supporting this. Not a single mummy has been found inside any of the pyramids. So how Egyptologists can make this claim is beyond me, and is a real attempt to obfuscate the true nature of these structures. Study reveals that the Great Pyramid of Giza can focus electromagnetic energy. An international research group has applied methods of theoretical physics to investigate the electromagnetic response of the Great Pyramid to radio waves. Scientists predicted that under resonance conditions, the pyramid can concentrate electromagnetic energy in its internal chambers and under the base. Stranger still is that inside the pyramids are resonance chambers. I am going to show you a short clip from the excellent researcher Brian Forrester's exploration into the pyramids.
This is the entrance to the Red Pyramid. We're going down the shaft and we're going to go into these incredible rooms which are acoustic chambers. Forget about the idea of tombs, think sound and vibrational technology. So this is actually inside, about 20 feet, more than 100 feet to go. Okay, now we're maybe a third of the way in. And Yusuf Awiyan, the dark figure, is about to come past me. Okay, maybe halfway down now, and the heat is already starting to pick up in here, as well as the heat generated by anticipation and awe. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the descending passageway. It's got to be 90 degrees Fahrenheit in here right now. And now we're going sideways. The first of the main chambers of the Red Pyramid, and it is tuned to A. That seems to be the sound that it likes the best. So I've just walked through a short tunnel into the second of the chambers here, and the sides of them taper in with these almost baffle-like stones, and of course it could be actually an acoustic cone filter of some kind. The lighting's pretty terrible, but you can see there is a massive crack in the solid stone, and that's part of the theory, again, that this was an energy generating device, as were some of the others of the pyramids on the Giza Plateau, and that they actually became overloaded at one point, partially exploded, and then shut down. And as hard as it may be imagined to believe, we could be talking about that explosion occurring about 12,000 years ago.
Now that we have had a brief overview on the pyramids, let us delve deeper into the mysteries of the pyramids. So, the question arises, how old are they exactly? Well, dating the pyramids is not as easy as it might seem, for the simple fact that they are made of stone. We can't carbon date stone, and even if we could, it would not tell us when it was cut. Although there are theories that some of the stones used in the pyramids were not cut, but poured and molded using geopolymers. But that is a video for a different day. But might there be a different way to date the pyramids? A way so radically different it astounds you. This is where we get into the Giza-Orion correlation theory, proposed by Robert Bauval. So, this theory proposes that the three pyramids were built to be a reflection of the sky above. More specifically, Orion's belt and the Nile River can be included to match with the Milky Way. To quote Hermes Trismegistus, "As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul." As Graham Hancock puts it in the 1998's The Morse Mystery, which was co-authored with Bauval, quote, "We have demonstrated with a substantial body of evidence that the pattern of stars that is, quote, frozen on the ground at Giza in the form of the three pyramids and the Sphinx represents the disposition of the constellations of Orion and Leo as they looked at the moment of sunrise on spring equinox during the astronomical age of Leo, i.e. the epoch in which the sun was housed by Leo on the spring equinox. Like all precessional ages, this was a 2,160 year period. It is generally calculated to have fallen between the Gregorian calendar dates of 10,970 and 8,810 BC. The Sphinx was most likely a lion, which would make sense in the age of Leo. As we see, the pyramids and the Sphinx are far older than we have been led to believe. Robert M. Scotch, a geologist and associate professor of natural sciences at the College of General Studies at Boston University, has investigated the weathering on the Sphinx and the area around it. From his investigation of the enclosure's geology, Scotch conclude that the main type of weathering evident on the Sphinx enclosure and walls was caused by a prolonged and extensive rainfall, which is impossible if the Sphinx is 4,500 years old, as Egyptologists argue, as the Giza Desert has been as dry as it is now for thousands of years. This leads us into the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis, or Clovet comet hypothesis, that posits that fragments of a large, more than 4 kilometers in diameter, disintegrating asteroid or comet struck North America, South America, Europe, and Western Asia about 12,800 to 11,700 years ago. In 2018, a 1.5 kilometer comet was found under the Greenland ice sheet, and the comet impact is dated to 12,800 years ago, matching up with the age that Atlantis fell, according to Plato. But that is a story for another day. This impact would have caused a giant flood, one that has been spoken of in almost every culture. When it comes to these ancient structures, it seems to me that we are quick to date them much too late in history. This is why I am adamant that the pyramids and the Sphinx are far older than have been proposed. I would like to suggest that the pyramids are actually one precessional age older, and since one great year or precessional age is 26,000 years, as one zodiac age out of the 12 is 2,160. This would make the pyramids and the Sphinx an astounding age of 36,000 years old. So, what do you think? Are the pyramids far older than we have been led to believe? How advanced were our ancient ancestors? Did Egyptians really build the pyramids? Many questions remain unanswered. Thank you for listening. See you next time, mortal. Remember to hit that bell button to stay notified. Subscribe for more Red Pill content. Do give it a like if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share it. If you want to support my work, you can find me on Patreon at Library of Gnosis. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Bitchute at Library of Gnosis. The audio versions of my broadcasts are available on Spotify as a podcast at Library of Gnosis. Music is produced by Coda.